A YouTuber believes this person is a serial killer who went to Delphi High School and moved from Delphi, Indiana to Midlothian, Illinois, is involved in the double homicide on the Monon High Bridge Trail. He believes this person is also involved in the murder of Vanessa Ceja Ramirez in the Midlothian Meadows in Midlothian, Illinois. Is this just another long shot? Let's examine the possibility of this being true.
Also breaking tonight, the search is on for a woman who disappeared on a trail, and that search came to a heartbreaking end for her family. Our Jermont Terry is live now. Jermont, what can you tell us?
Brad, it's the news that this woman's family did not want to hear. 2 days after she vanished while walking on the Cook County Forest Preserve Trail, the body found late this afternoon is that of the missing woman. And tonight, this remains a death investigation, but that could change. Wednesday night, a large crowd gathered in Harvey to pray for the family of Vanessa Ceja.
My heart is right now really sad. We're sad.
The candles represented the glimmer of hope many had. Just a few hours before this baseball diamond filled up, family and friends first stood along Pulaski Avenue. They rushed to the Midlothian Meadows Forest Preserve, where investigators found the body of a woman in the woods. The same trail Ceja disappeared from Monday while walking with her mother.
Wow, I didn't even know that they did find a body yet.
Late Wednesday night, after this crowd reflected, the medical examiner identified the body to be the 22-year-old. How she died isn't being released, but the investigation shows Ceja left her mother while on the trail to head back to their car. But when mother finished the jog, Ceja was nowhere to be found. Her mother called police.
As a mother, I have girls myself, so I can't imagine what she's going through. I'm sure she's just devastated. It's hard. This is really hard for a mother just to take in.
Investigators continue to look into what happened, including if someone caused her death along the popular trails.
Whatever information you may have, if you just saw Vanessa at a split second, say something to someone about it.
Because it might be key in solving this death investigation as her family and community deal with the sudden loss.
Well, it just shows that, we are united. We're all a family, and we're here to support each other.
Now, originally, investigators said that they searched on Monday in the Forest Preserve by air and with canines, but they did not find her body until today. We're talking 2 days later. At the same time, the Cook County Sheriff's Office, who is leading up this investigation, telling us that they got a ping of her cell phone in nearby Oak Forest, but they can't say with certainty if she was at an apartment complex. Tonight, detectives are still working this case. Reporting live tonight, Brad, back to you.
Jermont Terry, thank you.
I think this person was probably too young, even though Indiana law enforcement have said previously they believe the killer is between the ages of 18 to 40. This person was 21 in October 2017. He only has one prior arrest, which I believe was for cannabis possession and intent to supply. I also wasn't told when this person left Delphi, Indiana to move to Midlothian, Illinois. He would have been 20 or 21 years of age when the murders were committed. I think it's probably a stretch, even though it might pique someone's interest considering he was friends with a family member in Delphi. I don't think he has any connection to the Delphi murders or the murders in Illinois. The Midlothian Meadows killer's method of madness was strangulation, asphyxiation, which is different to the stabbing murders of the Delphi murder victims, which was alluded in the David Erskine texts. Vanessa Ceja Ramirez's death was caused by ligature strangulation with a rope, cord or something that can be wrapped around the neck. Rachel Catledge, 34, was set on fire after being choked to death in the 14,000 block of Atlantic, Riverdale, Illinois. Her body was found in a garbage dumpster in an alley behind a residence on September 5, 2019. A year later, Vanessa Ceja Ramirez was found dumped in the Midlothian Meadows Forest Preserve after being raped and strangled to death. Rachel Catledge lived only 5 miles and 9 minutes by car from Vanessa Ceja Ramirez. I believe the murders are likely connected to the same person due to the murder methods in both cases. The Murder Accountability Project used a computer algorithm to review over 50 unsolved strangulation and asphyxiation cases in Chicago and the surrounding areas going as far back as 2001. The algorithm used by MAP sorts unsolved homicides by location, victim, and killing method, and searches for clusters associated with a low murder clearance rate, which MAP claims is indicative of an active serial killer.
It's a crime spree that has drawn little attention in Chicago until now. Tonight, a three-part Discovery docuseries debuted called The Hunt for the Chicago Strangler. And earlier today, a panel discussion on Chicago's West Side highlighted some of the people demanding answers.
We fight for her! We fight for her!
In a city with so much violence, their murders caused hardly a ripple, which is why family members and community activists gathered today to demand attention.
We have all heard the term, driving while black. Well, this is missing while black.
Now, the cases of 51 missing and murdered Chicago women over the past 20 years, most of them African American, are getting national attention with the debut of a Discovery docuseries.
Strangulation, asphyxiation, every single one of them done the same way.
At today's panel, hosted by Fox 32's Tia Ewing, friends and family members of those victims spoke about their frustration. Delmarie Cobb remembered her friend Nancy Wilson, who disappeared in 2002 and whose body was found in a trash can weeks later.
We got very little attention, and the police did very little. They kept telling us, the friends and family who had known her, that she walked away.
It's unknown whether the murders are connected, but for years, many in the community have believed a serial killer is preying on poor and disenfranchised women. A retired Chicago homicide detective urged police to take the reports of missing women seriously.
Return these calls, talk to the people, try and establish some type of personal rapport with these family members.
Between 1999 and 2018, 75 women between the ages of 18 and 58 were strangled to death in Chicago. By the end of 2019, the police had only solved 24 cases. And the remaining 51 are more alike than different. Thomas Hargrove, founder and chairman of the Murder Accountability Project, believes the Chicago Strangler is an unidentified serial killer. He believes the 51 women were not killed by 51 separate men. Many of these, probably most of these, were killed by men who have killed before. He believes these murders have a remarkably similar MO. The Chicago police do not share the same opinion of the Murder Accountability Project and believe there's no link between any of the crimes due to the forensic indifferences in some of the murder cases. Conclusion: I don't believe a serial killer is from the neighboring state of Illinois due to the differences in the murder methods in relation to the Delphi murders case. Although the Rachel Catledge and the Vanessa Ceja Ramirez murders might be connected to the possible unconfirmed serial killer in Chicago, Illinois, who predominantly kills Black and Hispanic women.